Okay, so today we're going to learn how to find x-intercepts using the graphing calculator. So your last video was graphing lines using the table, using the window, or going to zoom standard and finding the y-intercept. So today we're going to add to that finding the x-intercepts. When you're finished with that, you're going to do the worksheet using the graphing calculator to graph lines number 1 through 12. You should be able to do every part of all of those now. And then homework tonight is to do the graphing absolute value and quadratics video. So we're just going to do one example of finding the x-intercepts. So write this example down and turn on your graphing calculator. So we're going to go to y equals, and we're going to enter 3x minus 9. We're going to start with a very simple one. So you want to make sure it's in the same window as mine so that everything looks the same. So you can go to zoom standard, that's zoom 6, so that you're in that same -10 to 10 window. So there's your graph. And what we need now is the x-intercept. So since I can't write on my calculator here, I'm going to pull up a picture of what you should have. So this here is a picture of what you should have on your calculator. Now this point right here is the x-intercept. This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So you want that point right there. Okay, so we're going to go in the calculator and we're going to go to calculate, which is second trace. Anytime you want to actually calculate something, that's where you go. So second trace will pull up your calculate screen, and an x-intercept is also called a zero. So we're going to choose the option 0 because that's where the function hits 0. It's where the y is 0. So we're going to choose 0, number 2. And notice it says left bound, and then you have this blinking cursor, which is down at the bottom. So what you want to do is you're going to right arrow a little bit so that you are somewhere to the left of your x-intercept. Okay, so if you're about where I am, you will be a little bit to the left of the x-intercept, and you're going to press enter. So on left bound, we pressed enter, and notice a little arrow shows up at the top. And now the question says right bound. So now we're going to arrow to the right even further, so that now we are at least a little bit to the right of the x-intercept. So we are above it, but we're also to the right, and that's what's important. We're to the right of the x-intercept, and now we're going to press enter again. And now it says guess, and that's what we want the calculator to do, is make the best guess. So we're going to go down close to the actual x-intercept itself, and then I'm going to pull up this here so we can talk a little bit more about this and what we've done and why. Okay, so what we did here was we have these two arrows, and these two arrows are saying, okay, we want to find the x-intercept between those two x values, and that's what we're looking for. As you know from graphing quadratics or absolute values or all kinds of functions, you can have multiple x-intercepts. We know that, and so the calculator also knows that, so in case there are multiple ones, you have to say exactly where it is. So we want the point where it crosses the x-axis between those two arrows. So again, double check your calculator. Do those two arrows surround, or are they on each side of your x-intercept? Okay, if they are, you should be down on with your cursor on top of the x-intercept, and now it says guess, and so you're going to press enter. And it gives you the 0, and it says x is 3, y is 0. So what we found there was our x-intercept. So the x-intercept is the point 3, 0. Okay, so the way we think about this, if we run through this again, so I'm going to go to second calc. Number 2 is 0, so I want to find the 0. I want to go to the left, and now my cursor is somewhere else, so I'm going to go to the left of my intercept, press enter. I'm going to go to the right of my intercept, press enter. Now I'm going to guess on my intercept, press enter. And there we get 3, 0. Okay, so the basic idea of where you need to go is you need to go to Calc, which is second trace, and then you need to go to number 2, which is 0, and then from there you go left, right, center. So you want to be to the left of it, press enter, to the right of it, press enter, on the center, press enter. Good. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and then you're just going to practice with the problems in the homework, and we will talk about this more tomorrow. So have a great day.